Once in a while, a movie comes along that is a slice above the rest. A film that has its own place in the movie landscape and is made in a way that is the literal definition of the visual arts. Ferrari is that movie for 2023, and I have a lot to say about this mostly fabulous film directed by Michael Mann.
I can't think of anything more exciting.
I really didn't know what to expect when I sat down to watch Ferrari, but right from the first minute, I will say that I was completely absorbed by it. It's a movie that demands your attention, with amazing performances from Adam Driver and especially Penelope Cruz, who will most certainly attract the attention of the Oscar nomination committee. Movies like Ferrari don't rely on big special effects and superficial bubblegum CGI, themes, and storylines. Although there are some scenes that visually demand your attention. This is a true story capturing a place in history that has claimed itself worthy of being memorialized in time, and the kind of story that older audiences should gravitate towards. A story of one of the most colorful car magnates to have ever lived, Enzo Ferrari. It's a beautifully written screenplay that skillfully mixes its main storyline with a number of compelling subplots. They all work well together to create a biographical sports drama that captures the life of Enzo Ferrari, the founder of the elite sports car company bearing his name. It shows his personal and professional struggles during the summer of 1957, where tragedy followed him relentlessly. Adam Driver portrays the titular character, with Penelope Cruz starring as his wife, Laura Ferrari. This is a deep and thoughtful portrayal that shows how Enzo Ferrari had to maneuver his personal life and his company in post-World War II Italy.
Won't be like Italian.
The final act focuses on the Mille Miglia, a 1,000-mile open-road motorsport endurance race established in 1927 until the last one in 1957. Now, not knowing too much about his life, the final 30 minutes of this movie stole my complete attention and raced towards an ending that very simply, it shocked me. Director Michael Mann uses traditional filmmaking techniques, opting for creative camera angles, lighting, and convincing sets, and of course, classic cars. He understands the power of the visual art form and does an amazing job using silence between characters as a convincing form of communication. The film allows you to absorb what a character feels at a specific moment, with Adam Driver and Penelope Cruz using the space that Michael Mann gives to act out many deep and moving scenes. Some may find these scenes to be very slow. Some will say too slow, as it makes its way through Ferrari's marital and financial problems. But this is a real-life historical sports drama and a creative decision that some will love while others will find it tedious. It's a complex storyline that juggles a lot of subplots in a way that can prove overwhelming at times. One of the issues some will have is the pacing. It requires your attention to follow the emotional ups and downs of Ferrari. Some subplots give you clues as to what's going to happen, and if you miss some of the dialogue, you may find yourself wondering what they're talking about. It would be a fair criticism to say that you never really develop a deep bond with Enzo Ferrari. Instead, the movie shows him as a mostly stoic man, not displaying emotion in any significant degree to the events in his life, which can make him feel cold and detached at times. It's an obvious creative decision made by Michael Mann and Adam Driver in how they wanted him to come across. But it could have helped if he showed a little more emotion, especially when dealing with some of the tragedies in his life that demanded a little more reaction from our main character. The exposition was handled extremely well, cleverly disguised through a number of well-crafted scenes to give just enough backstory to understand the plot and to form context within the elite car racing industry of 1950s Italy. The only problem was that it wasn't complete, and you were left wondering about some of the details, especially with regards to the races. The movie is riddled with lipstick red sports cars that race across the Italian countryside. Classic car enthusiasts will love how Michael Mann shoots and captures the excitement of the Mille Miglia race in 1957, which actually turned out to be the last year for this race. It's a movie that will be an easy win with those who love old classic cars and are enamored by car racing and its roots in post-World War II Europe.
So what do you think?
There is no ashtray.
It's a breath of fresh air to have a movie like this after so many, actually too many, superhero fantasy and animated flops over the course of 2023. Was Ferrari the perfect movie? No, and it may feel a little slow at times as the pacing can ease to a crawl. If your mind drifts away, you may have a hard time finding your place back in the movie. But I've found that there's enough in the plot and subplots to keep your attention, if you are willing and interested enough in the life of this historical figure. It's a movie that doesn't necessarily need the large and open theater experience to appreciate it, except for the times when the cars take the center stage. Many will appreciate this movie's real life and traditional movie making style, but it will be held back by its pacing and the desire on the part of the audience to have seen a more emotionally animated Adam Driver. Overall, this is a great movie experience, made all the more interesting because of the fact that these are the kind of movies that we are seeing less and less of every year. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm giving Ferrari a score of 8. If you like what you heard, I thank you for watching and invite you to subscribe and join the Poprageous community. And if you didn't like what you heard, sorry about that. I thank you though all the same, and we'll see you in our next video.